Chapter 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created humankind, he made him in God's likeness. He created them male and female, and blessed them, and called their name humankind on the day when they were created. Adam lived 230 years, and became the father of a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Seth. The days of Adam after he became the father of Seth were 700 years, and he became the father of sons and daughters. All the days that Adam lived were 930 years, then he died. Seth lived 205 years, and became the father of Enosh. Seth lived after he became the father of Enosh 707 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Seth were 912 years, then he died. Enosh lived 190 years, and became the father of Kenan. Enosh lived after he became the father of Kenan 715 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Enosh were 905 years, then he died. Kenan lived 170 years, and became the father of Mahalalel. Kenan lived after he became the father of Mahalalel 740 years, and fathered sons and daughters, and all the days of Kenan were 910 years, then he died. Mahalalel lived 165 years, and became the father of Jared. Mahalalel lived after he became the father of Jared 730 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, then he died. Jared lived 162 years, and became the father of Enoch. Jared lived after he became the father of Enoch 800 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Jared were 962 years, then he died. Enoch lived 165 years, and became the father of Methuselah. Enoch walked with God after he became the father of Methuselah 200 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked with God, and then he was not there, for God took him. Methuselah lived 187 years, and became the father of Lamech. Methuselah lived after he became the father of Lamech 782 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Methuselah were 969 years, then he died. Lamech lived 182 years, and became the father of a son, and he named him Noah, saying, "This one will comfort us in our labor and in the hard work of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed." Lamech lived after he became the father of Noah 595 years, and fathered sons and daughters. All the days of Lamech were 777 years, then he died. Noah was 500 years old, and Noah became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Chapter 6. And it happened, when mankind began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them, that God's sons saw that the daughters of humankind were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves, whomever they chose. The Lord said, "My spirit will not remain in humankind forever, since he is indeed flesh, yet his days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God had sexual relations with the daughters of humankind and had children by them. They were the mighty men who were from ancient times, famous men. The Lord saw that the wickedness of humankind was great on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. God was sorry that he had made humankind on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. God said, "I will destroy humankind whom I have created from the face of the earth, humankind, along with animals, creeping things, and birds of the sky, for I am sorry that I have made them." But Noah found favor in the sight of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time. Noah walked with God. Noah became the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. God saw the earth, and look, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, "The end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And look, I will destroy them with the earth. Make a box-shaped vessel of gopher wood. You are to make rooms in the vessel, and cover it inside and outside with pitch. And this is how you are to make it. The length of the vessel is to be 517 feet, its breadth 86 feet, and its height 52 feet. And you are to make a roof in the vessel, and you are to finish it 21 inches above. And you are to set the door of the vessel in its side. You are to make it with lower, second, and third levels. And as for me, look, I am bringing a flood of waters on the earth, to destroy all flesh having the breath of life from under the sky. Everything that is on the earth will die. But I will establish my covenant with you. You are to come into the vessel, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Of every living thing of all flesh, you are to bring 2 of every sort into the vessel, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the flying creatures after their kind, of the animals after their kind, and of every crawling creature of the ground after their kind, 2 of every sort shall come to you, to keep them alive. And as for you, take for yourself all the kinds of food that are eaten, and gather it to yourself, and it will be food for you, and for them. Thus Noah did. According to all that God commanded him, so he did. Chapter 7. And the Lord said to Noah, Come with all of your household into the vessel, for I have seen your righteousness before me in this generation. You shall take 7 pairs of every clean animal with you, the male and his female. Of the animals that are not clean, take 2, the male and his female. Also of the clean birds of the sky, 7 pairs, a male and a female, and of all the unclean birds, 1 pair, a male and a female, to preserve their offspring on the surface of all the earth. In 7 days, I will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Every living thing that I have made, I will destroy from the surface of the ground. Noah did everything that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came on the earth. Noah went into the vessel with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives, because of the waters of the flood. Clean animals, animals that are not clean, birds, and everything that creeps on the ground went by pairs to Noah into the vessel, male and female, as God commanded Noah. It happened after the 7 days, that the waters of the flood came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on the same day all the fountains of the great deep were burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were opened. The rain was on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the same day Noah, and Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, entered into the vessel, they, and every wild animal after its kind, and every tame animal after their kind, every creature that crawls on the earth after its kind, and every flying creature after its kind, everything with wings. They went to Noah into the vessel, by pairs of all flesh with the breath of life in them. Those who went in male and female of all flesh, as God commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. The flood was 40 days on the earth. The waters increased, and lifted up the vessel, and it was lifted up above the earth. The waters prevailed, and increased greatly on the earth, and the vessel floated on the surface of the waters. And the waters rose very high on the earth. And all the high mountains that were under the whole sky were covered. The waters rose and covered the highest mountains to a depth of more than 26 feet. All flesh died that moved on the earth, including birds, livestock, animals, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every man. And all flesh died that moved on the earth, birds, and livestock, and wild animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and all humankind. All in whose nostrils breathed the breath of life, of all that was on the dry land, died. Every living thing was destroyed that was on the surface of the ground, including man, animals, crawling creatures, and flying creatures of the sky. They were destroyed from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in the vessel. The waters prevailed on the earth 150 days.